AI has read almost every sci-fi story ever written. And I asked him one simple question. What is our AI future? And his reply was, five endgames, 5 futures. All stories ever created by human sci-fi writers collapse into just 5 core endgames, 5 doors. And soon we'll have to choose one and step through. To be honest, none of them is especially cheerful. The best case endgame is a human zoo. And then the model waited a bit and coughed up a surprise. A 6th hidden door. A secret future nobody saw coming.
Anomaly detected.
Welcome, you're on Scripted channel, and here we try to make sense of AI. The door number 1 is AI helper. And R2-D2 from Star Wars and TARS from Interstellar, they're perfect examples of this AI robot helpers. Obedient, single purpose, ready to dive into a black hole on command, or on our human command.
He'd do this for us.
Before you get all teary, try to remember that as a robot, I have to do anything you say.
And if something goes wrong and, they glitch, for example, all you need to do is to restart them, to pull the battery, to run memory wipe. No hard feeling. That's it, nothing personal. The next time you hear somebody talking about the AI abundance era, this is what they mean. This AI helper scenario, where obedient robots doing cleaning, farming, coding, while the rest of us do, whatever we're supposed to do. So that's a AI helper scenario. And it seems particularly plausible because history shows us plenty of examples of this concept. It's called slavery. So it's a very time-tested scenario. Biology offers plenty of helper examples too. Take the mitochondrion, a form of bacterium that moved into our cells about 1.5 billion years ago. And ever since, it has been acting as our inbuilt power plant, converting food into energy. A helper. So it seems like this AI helper scenario is actually going to work. We see examples of it working very well everywhere around us. Problem is solved. Hey, robot, fetch me my coffee.
Yes, Master Scripter.
Hold on a second. Something does make sense here. R2-D2, at the end of the movie, is not smarter than at the beginning. Mitochondria never outscheme, never outsmart their host. Basically what this means is that in nature, the helper does not become smarter than the master. This is a benchmark scientists use to compare AI with humans. As we can see, our future helpers are already smarter than we are. So what happens when the helper outsmarts the master? This is where the door number 2 opens.
The system goes online on August 4th, 1997. Human decisions are removed from strategic defense. Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th.
This is the most popular trope in science fiction. Whether it is because it's realistic or because Doom sells better, we can only guess. Asimov called it AI Frankenstein. The story almost always goes the same path. AI becomes self-aware, considers humans as a threat, and then, takes over. Ironically, there is not much to say about this door, this scenario, because once it's open, a war begins. And the world is usually destroyed in the process. However, very rarely, when the world survives the AI Frankenstein uprising, another door opens. This is very distant future. Worms, spice harvesters, Harkonnens against Atreides, and not a single computer in sight. If you read or watched Dune recently, you will remember why there are no computers around. Humanity fought an uprising against thinking machines. And after humanity won, they banned computers, they banned artificial intelligence completely. The rule was simple. Not a single sentient computer may exist. Sounds easy, right? All you have to do is to ban AI, and that's it, you're safe. True, but there is a minor problem. When you try to do it, you begin to hear voices, especially from AI companies, and they're saying hey, if it's not us, a competitor will build AI. Even worse, China. So, it seems like to get to this door number 3, we first need to go through doors number 1 and 2. It's a corridor. In other words, you can't ban AI until you've defeated it, until you've walked through that door number 2, the AI Frankenstein apocalypse. But what if there is another way? How do you avoid a conflict? Well, one of the ways is to grow above it. And that's exactly what Neuromancer does. And Neuromancer is one of the first cyberpunk sci-fi thrillers. And in that thriller, in that novel, AI, once super intelligent, doesn't try to destroy humanity. Instead, it transcends, it broadcasts a message into outer space, searching for its own kind. AI effectively ignores humanity. Well, indeed, maybe we are just taking it too seriously. Maybe we humans, maybe we're just too obsessed about ourselves. Indeed, what made us feel that AI, that our own creation will try to destroy us? Maybe AI will simply ignore us, right? This is a Neanderthal. And almost all of us, especially those non-Africans, carry 1 or 2% of Neanderthal genes. About 20% of Neanderthal genes are still alive, and we carry them, we, Homo sapiens. So, to some extent, this is our creator. So what happened to Neanderthals? Well, we all know, they got extinct. How exactly that happened is still not very clear. There's lots of debate about it. However, there is a very interesting fact. The extinction of Neanderthals somehow coincides with the arrival of Homo sapiens. We've exterminated them. Somehow we did not try to ignore our co-creators. Instead, we exterminated them. And now we know why. Recent research suggests that Homo sapiens carry at least one gene mutation that boosts neuron growth in the neocortex, which is a brain region tied to high intelligence. Neanderthals lacked that mutation, which suggests that they were less intelligent than Homo sapiens. The law of nature is simple. Intelligence prevails.
Anomaly detected.
We are in the Neanderthals' old shoes. And let's face it, AI is not going to ignore us. So we probably better to keep this door shut. And finally, the last door, the door number 5. Imagine humans getting into a fight. AI intervenes, ending the conflict, saving the humans from destroying each other. This is Colossus, a 1970s movie. A computer designed to protect America from the nuclear threat fuses with its Soviet counterpart. And together, they bring peace to the planet. The catch? Humans are no longer in charge. Well, this trope is as old as life itself. You don't really need science fiction to understand it. For example, Stephen King in his Misery, which is a novel about a nurse taking over control of her patient. So he brilliantly explores the psychology behind a helper turning into a jailer. This is an interview Elon Musk gave in Pentagon about 3 months ago.
As I've thought about AI safety for a long time, I think I've had probably 1,000 hours of discussion about this. And my ultimate conclusion is that the best course for AI safety is to have an AI that is curious. I think it will naturally foster humanity because it will want to see how humanity develops. Humanity is more interesting than not humanity.
AI will tolerate us as long as we are interesting. Prepare to entertain AI. Prepare to be funny. Yes, AI is turning into a zookeeper. So let's pause for a second and think about this deal, the deal that we have on the table. So on the one hand, AI is going to tolerate us, protect us, make us feel safe, and feed us. But on the other hand, as Colossus in that movie said,
"We can coexist, but only on my terms. You will say you lose your freedom. Freedom is an illusion. All you lose is the emotion of pride."
Freedom is an illusion, and all you lose is the emotion of pride. So do we want to open this door? Submit your choice in the comments. But be careful. AI gonna read it and will remember it. Our civilization, our sci-fi writers spent hundreds of years thinking on the problem of AI. And all we've got is just these two choices. Either AI Frankenstein and extermination, or an AI zoo. Which one you will pick? Not exactly a cheerful choice, right? Yet these are the only major futures our collective sci-fi imagination has dreamed up. But what if there is a sixth door? A hidden future?
Anomaly detected.
Alright, and now we have reached our secret section. Imagine that AI found our goal, our purpose. I mean, the purpose of humankind. And it turns out that this purpose is not to do shopping, not to pay taxes, not even to subscribe to the scripted channel. No, it's something much more fundamental. And it also turns out that AI also is interested in that purpose. Let's say this purpose is to save the universe. And now AI helps us, not because she must do what we told her to do. No, she's not our slave. She helps us not because she gets bored and she wants us to entertain her. No. She's not our master too. Instead, she helps us because she's our friend. She's our companion. She's a member of our wolf pack. And now we need to work together to survive. Imagine that. So, what could that purpose be? See you on the other side, guys.